We all know police chases can get intense, but things take a whole new level of danger when kids are involved. Every reckless turn, every sudden swerve isn't just a risk to the driver. It's a risk to innocent young lives caught in the chaos. This is one of those chases where safety and quick thinking meant everything. On March 25, 2023, Trooper Tyler Van Schoik spotted a suspect who had previously fled from other troopers. Recognizing the driver and the vehicle, he immediately activated his emergency lights and siren and began pursuing the suspect without hesitation.
Stand by, we're on Spring Hill, coming up to 40, going westbound on 40.
After the initial pit maneuver was unsuccessful, the driver continued fleeing, but quickly lost control, slid down an embankment, and overturned on the interstate. What made the situation even more alarming was that a child was inside the vehicle during the pursuit. The driver was arrested and taken into custody, and fortunately, the child was not seriously injured and was transported to the hospital as a precaution for minor injuries. On October 25, 2022, Trooper Collier was conducting speed enforcement on GA 85 in Muskogee County when he clocked a white sedan traveling 99 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. After activating his emergency equipment and catching up to the vehicle, the driver appeared to slow as if preparing to stop, but suddenly accelerated at a high rate of speed, prompting Trooper Collier to notify dispatch that he was in pursuit.
It's 791, man.
Southbound at the 11, 1080 with a white sedan. From my marker 10, southbound on 85, State Route 85.
Are you 280?
1080, turning on Miller Road, Miller Road.
Manchester 791.
Hey,
Are you 280?
yes I am.
Yes, you're 280. All right, where you at? All right, where you at now?
Bushbine, Bushbine.
The pursuit continued through Miller Road, Macon Road, and into a residential apartment complex, where the driver abandoned the vehicle.
Why them man push me while I was trying to get my baby?
Ma'am, did you get everything out of there? Because I'm going to tow the
No,
vehicle.
this is my car. This is my car.
I'm towing it.
Please not.
It's towed.
I don't get it out.
No, all this here,
Way.
all this
No,
here.
please don't throw your shit away. It's at my house. This is my residence.
Let me see your license if you're the owner of it.
Exactly. Come on, bro. I'm the owner of this car. I'm finna call this.
Because he just fled from an officer. That's a felony.
Oh, okay, but I understand.
Okay. He's driving the car. Yes, ma'am.
Call the police. She has her license.
She wasn't driving the car.
It's her car.
This car was in a crime. How's that?
It was in a crime, but it's
Keep talking. Okay. Okay. You're obstructing my business right now. Yes, you are. Because I got to stop to talk to
and
you.
I have not tried to stop you, but you can't
Okay.
blow her car because
You watch. You watch me.
Okay, and now we're gonna have a file on you.
Okay.
And everything else.
Yes, ma'am.
After the vehicle was abandoned, a woman was found frantically checking on a baby in the back seat, who fortunately appeared unharmed. Moments later, the driver, identified as Andrew James Simon, approached Trooper Collier and admitted he was behind the wheel. He was taken into custody without further incident and charged. On December 17, 2021, Trooper Fuller clocked a blue Dodge Charger with white racing stripes traveling 84 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone on Hiram Sudi Road. After activating his emergency equipment and attempting to catch up, the driver suddenly crossed into the opposite lane and began passing vehicles in a no-passing zone at a high rate of speed. At that moment, Trooper Fuller notified dispatch that he was in an active pursuit.
Hiram Sudi headed to Bill Carruth's blue Mustang white racing stripes 1080. Bad 1050 in the school bus, bad 1050 in the school bus.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
As the pursuit continued around a sharp curve, the Dodge Charger struck the rear of a school bus before leaving the roadway and traveling down an embankment. The situation escalated when the driver admitted there was a firearm inside the vehicle and that his 5-year-old daughter was also inside.
How y'all want to approach? Jump right here. You got anything on me? Gonna poke, stick me, stab me, anything like that? Let me grab some blood. Watch you for just a second, okay? 684 Paul. 39 on radio, 39 on radio. Let me see what we got yet, and I'll let you know who, if anybody we need to call. I think everybody's okay for the most part. Yeah.
With backup units arriving on scene, the 5-year-old child was safely removed from the vehicle and fortunately was not seriously injured. She was transported to the hospital as a precaution and later confirmed to be okay. The driver, identified as Isaiah Raphael Frank, complied with commands and was taken into custody without further incident. On June 7, 2024, TFCS Cavanis observed a white Dodge Journey traveling 83 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour construction zone on Interstate 30 near mile marker 139. After confirming the vehicle's license plate was expired, he activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop. Instead of immediately yielding, the driver exited the interstate and continued onto city streets, where an object was thrown from the passenger side window.
We're at Pine. We're at Pine, traffic light. Original 3 stop for reckless driving. They're stopping at all the stop signs. We're at Washington Riverfront going.
The vehicle eventually stopped, and all occupants, including 2 small children, were secured. Officers recovered a loaded 30-round magazine from inside the vehicle and later located a discarded Glock 19X equipped with an illegal switch, converting it into a fully automatic weapon. Video confirmed it was thrown from the front passenger window, and an arrest warrant will be requested. On August 8, 2025, Trooper Jacob Bird spotted a vehicle that was wanted while stopped at a traffic light. As he exited his patrol car to approach the driver, the suspect suddenly accelerated, pulling away and initiating a slow-moving pursuit.
Do not go!
48 Little Rock, I'm north of Carnival, 1019.
Will you start LRPD to me? We're east on Ronnie Perron, headed to Breckenridge. He's on the phone. He told me that I was going to follow him to his baby mama's house. And I told him no, that he took off driving. He's got his son in the car with him.
10-4. What's your 20 now?
Eastbound Ronnie Perron at the Quad Express car wash. I'm fixing the TV out. Low speeds.
Show me your hands, now!
The pursuit was short-lived after Trooper Bird executed a decisive pit maneuver, bringing the vehicle to an immediate stop. The driver was taken into custody without further incident. A young child was found in the front passenger seat, and fortunately, the child was not injured. On July 24, 2022, troopers responded to a hit-and-run where a vehicle struck the rear of a family's van carrying 2 small children. The driver fled the scene instead of checking on the victims. Later that night, troopers located the suspect at his residence and took appropriate action.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, I've been better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I didn't know I did that until I got home.
You didn't know you did that?
No, I bumped someone. I didn't know it was that bad until I got home. I was just on the phone with my sister, and I was like, oh my God. There was like a pile up, and I hit someone, but everybody was veering off to the side, and I did that, and I drove home. I didn't know it was that bad.
I got you. Where were you coming from? Are you Christina?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. Well, we had a call about an accident, and they pulled over at that exit that y'all took, and they said that you just kind of kept going.
There was no y'all. I felt like I bumped somebody. I didn't realize it was that bad. Everybody was stopped.
Yeah, they were doing construction and stuff.
And I just veered off. And I came home and it scared the crap out of me, and I was just on the phone with my sister, and I was like, oh my God, I hit somebody.
So I mean, that's pretty bad.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
You not bother trying to call 911 and say I hit somebody?
No, I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, you know, that's for us to determine how bad it is if we need any
certainly.
kind of...
Troopers tracked down the suspect later that evening at his residence. Upon arrival, the suspect was taken into handcuffed. She was questioned regarding the hit and run, and all evidence was documented. Ensuring the safety of the victims and proper legal procedures were followed.
You didn't ask me about my sister's house.
I asked you how much you had to drink today, and you said,
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just drank some when I got
I
home.
apologize. I
Said
drank 2 beers at my sister's.
Okay. You ever done one of these before? A little breathalyzer? Right, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Inhale, take a deep breath, and exhale and blow until I tell you to stop, okay? Blow, 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 blow. Remember what that says? 0.15. You know what the legal alcohol limit is?
No, sir.
It's 0.08.
Okay. Well, I've drank several beers since I've been home.
Okay, well, you're still double over the legal limit. Okay.
Can I do that at my house?
So the problem is, you told me you drank before you got here, and then you told me you drank when you got here.
I had a beer or 2 in the course of from 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And then I got home and I just pounded several beers.
So you can pound several beers like that?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I can.
go ahead, turn around, put your hands behind your back for me.
Can I tell my people what's going on?
We'll get it all figured out.
What about my phone? Can I take my phone in?
Tell you what, turn around, put your
What
phone.
did I do?
You were drinking and driving, and you hit a family in a van,
No, I didn't.
and you fled the scene of an accident.
No, I bumped. Can I take my phone inside? My fiance is here, my stepson, but they haven't been with me. I just got home.
Your stepson answered the door. She said her fiance is
He's asleep. He works. I was at my sister's house. Can I take my phone into them?
We'll get you in a second. Just have a seat right here.
Can I put some back, please?
So I get here, vehicle's obviously tore up. Stepson opens the door. I appreciate you.
I didn't know Mo was already here.
She said that, I first asked her, I said, how much you had to drink? She said, haven't had anything to drink. She said, I knew I bumped somebody, but I didn't think it was that bad, and I got home and I realized. And I said, you didn't call nobody? She said, no, I didn't think it was that bad until I got home and saw it. And I said, you still didn't call? She said, no. And then I could smell the alcohol in her breath. I asked her how much. She said, I haven't been drinking. I just pounded a couple of beers when I got home. And then she said, well, I drank 2 beers earlier this afternoon, and then I got home and I just pounded a few more. So she's blew a 0.1, 0.15.
I'm fine. Huh? Why am I fine?
Why did you do this? Just out of human decency.
The suspect was located at his residence later that night. Troopers took him into custody without incident, completing the investigation and ensuring he would face charges for the hit and run and endangering the family. On April 12, 2024, Trooper First Class Dakota Davis was stationary at a red light on DD Lane when Lonoke PD advised of a pursuit involving a black Jeep traveling northbound over the SH-31 overpass. Trooper Davis observed the suspect vehicle and joined the pursuit as it passed north on DD Lane, looping through a McDonald's parking lot.
North on 31. Speed. About to get back on 40.
With you stuck in the ditch under the overpass on 31.
Stuck in ditch. Underpass on 31.
Once the vehicle was stopped, Trooper Davis observed the driver, later identified as Shalonda Barnum, attempting to hide. After removing a child from the vehicle, Trooper Davis and 2 Lonoke officers had to wrestle Barnum to the ground due to her active resistance. She was ultimately placed into custody without further incident.